It's about to go down again. Heyo guys, we are back with a new Fragrant Flower. We are at chapter 164 titled Tsukada Sensei, and we have a lot to think about because of the things shown to us. So as always, let's hit the like and hype button to get the Fragrant Flower hype going, and also subscribe because it's about to go down again and there's no break next week. Let's go. So this chapter starts with the Chidori gang asking Tsukada Sensei for help because finally the students come to their senses and ask an adult for help. Unfortunately, the Chidori gang felt powerless in this situation. It's not like they can storm over to Kikyo and do something about it because that would just make things worse. So instead, Yorita suggested relying on the help from an adult in this situation, and immediately Shohei with his hypercell shouts it out loud that it's because they all trust him. They all trust Suka-chan. And Tsukada Sensei has been shown to be such a kind and caring teacher to our Chidori gang, so that makes sense that they would turn to him. Shohei even shows him how close they've gotten with the Kikyo girls with pictures, and it starts to click into Tsukada that these girls are the reason why the gang has matured so much and have grown hearts of gold. Like I've said, of course we've only interacted mainly with the Chidori gang, but these students don't seem like the stereotype and awful students that Kikyo has imagined for an all-rough boys school. And Tsukada Sensei assures him that they aren't wrong for making friends with him and they are right to be worried. They even called it by saying that the girls would just barge in while Kaoruko is being questioned for her relationship. Finally, and most importantly, Tsukada says that the boys are the catalyst for this whole beef because this problem should be solved by adults. Then here we see a very troubled Tsukada Sensei remembering the events from the incident 10 years ago. And here we see a fight between two students and someone who might have white or blonde hair. It's really hard to tell since it's not colored. But we see that he seems to be the aggressor and that he has his eyes on one or both of these Kikyo students. And these poor girls, because they look so uncomfortable after that interaction, and I can only imagine how this giant may have escalated the tension by bringing harm to them. And Tsukada Sensei must feel really guilty from the incident and maybe not being able to stop it. Just like Toki, even he is tortured by it and has to face it head on now. And it's not sure if this is the same day in the evening or it's the next day, but he reaches out to Toki from Kikyo Academy to discuss in detail the current tension with their schools regarding Kaoruko and Rintaro. And then the chapter ends, and man, we got a lot to speculate for the next chapter, but it looks like they are not ready to show us the full incident just yet. Like I said before, I think that the whole gang has to be present and then we'll learn about the incident through them. And I also want to note that we see not an exact parallel, but a student that may resemble Rintaro at least just a bit. Someone who is tall, has dyed hair, and goes to Chidori. That would obviously set Toki off, even though technically Rintaro already had his natural black hair. But let's just assume that maybe, just maybe, Toki has seen him in the past with blonde hair, and I know that I'm jumping the gun there, but at least there's two things. He's tall and from Chidori, but they are the polar opposites. And I want to predict and call it here that Toki is gonna one day walk into Rintaro's pastry shop. She's gonna try one of Rintaro's cakes, and it's gonna be like a Ratatouille moment where she sees and feels the kindness from him just baked into this cake. We've already seen this reaction from Kaoruko's mom, so I kind of expect the same thing to happen with Toki, and I just want to call it out now. But back to the unnamed student, he looks to fit the part of a rowdy and savage boy from Chidori, and he ruined the reputation and the relationship with Kikyo and Chidori. But at least now we can finally set to rest that the teachers were involved in the incident, and more a victim of not being able to stop it. And I don't know what it is, but finally putting a face to the incident, it kind of makes me feel like maybe this incident did lead to a darker side where the bodily harm was on the worst side of things. Sorry, I don't want to be too specific because I have to be careful with what I say on YouTube. I don't know, do you guys feel the same way? Like, let me know down in the comments. Just seeing this huge guy and these two little girls, I don't know, it just makes me feel really bad about the situation. And now all we have to wonder is how civil will Toki be during this call? She has been shown to be really unreasonable with the students, so how will she treat a teacher, specifically Tsukada Sensei? Is it possible that they will find middle ground since they were both present and affected by the incident, or will they just not mention it at all? I really do hope that they do, so we finally get to find out about what happened, but maybe it's a he said she said way of telling the story, so it's kind of broken. So that will lead to our gang having to find out what happened from both sides and having to piece it together for us to find out the full story. I think that that would be a great way of doing it and involving both schools. But what do you guys think? What are your theories now that we got a peek at the incident? So let me know down in the comments what you guys are cooking up. And as always, if you made it this far into the video, don't forget to hit the like and hype button. That would help me out so much. And while you're down there, why not subscribe? Every new sub helps squash the beef between Chidori and Kikyo, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, I appreciate you. I'm really hungry right now.